Make sure you lock off the mic there. No, they're not trying out. Okay. Young lady wants to see
This is also good.
Unfortunately, there's a foul, Zico. I think the football is looking a little better today,
Yes,
Zico.
Fort Wood looks a little bit more organized in the early going, George. A couple of tweaks to the lineup. We see Kai lining up as a traditional number 9 this week. Last week she played more in the center of midfield. And then we also see Elika Joseph partnering Davika Tittle in that centre back pairing for Fort Wood. So Fort Wood head coach Yafu Lake tweaking his lineup a little bit, and it looks like they've been a little bit more organized this weekend than they were last weekend, George.
Yes, definitely, Zico. And as we just interplayed, the ball is now kicked into touch by Kai Davis. So it's a throw for Fort Wood taken by number 5. And number 5 looks to takes that throw. I think number 5 is Hodge. She shows it into number 10. Number 10 takes a nice little touch, and for number 8 back to 10, 10 to 14. 14 plays the 10 at 10. Benjamin made a great run and gets through the plays a lovely ball over the top for De Souza. And De Souza had a shot on goal, but it trickles to the right hand side of the goal and goes into touch for a goal kick for Fort Wood. Zico, it looks like it's going to be a really high competitive game. I think some of these girls need to just be a little more composed. Too much a bit of error, unnecessary error, unforced errors, they'll call it in tennis, Zico. But here we have a goal kick for Fort Wood FC.
Yes, Gabby De Souza getting on to the end of a lovely crossfield ball from Jada Benjamin. Gabby popping up on the left side, and George, I'm impressed. She actually took a shot with her left foot this time. That shows improvement over the last couple of years that we've seen her. Now she's more willing and comfortable to bring that left foot in the equation.
Yes, the ball is with Benjamin 10. She turns around, goes backwards to number 8. Number 8 tries to play it wide out to 14. 14 comes to meet it lovely. Gets it, plays a little dummy around the player, but unfortunately was intercepted. Ball is with Elika Joseph. She tries to clear intercepted by Buckley, headed forward by Joseph. And Joseph, ball is with number 9, she tries to take on number 15, or number 15 does well. Ball is with number 15 for photo. She tries to go past the number 12. She gets past her lovely, but there's some covering defense from number 8. But number 15 is still on the ball, and here comes across Roberts, really strong and aggressively to make a solid interception, and comes out with it, plays it up the line to number 9. Ball is with Fort Road, number Roberts for Fort Road, Benjamin for Fort Road, number 8 for Fort Road, and it's intercepted by number 9, which is Josie Baker. But she made a poor pass and it goes straight to the Fort Road player. Ball is being chased down now by number 17 for Fort Road. She plays it wide to number 11. 11 plays it inside to number 10, which is Wilson. Wilson is still on it, but challenged by Roberts and taken away by Hodge. Now ball into Benjamin. Benjamin looks up, tries to play it over the top, but straight to Knowles. Knowles intercept. Irvadine. Parker, Bernard intercepts and clears to Kai. Kai with a lovely ball through the middle. And the number 11 was on, but great defended by number 12. Recovery run by number 12 to intercept that pass. Ball is being chased down by Hodge. Hodge toe pokes it away from number 11. Hodge is still on it, looks up, looks for option, finds London. London has some time, looks forward. Has D'Souza running through the middle. A lovely ball over top to D'Souza. D'Souza is on it. D'Souza is coming to the left. Number 9 takes over from D'Souza. An overlapping run by D'Souza, but number 9 decides to cut inside. Cuts back, plays it wide to D'Souza. D'Souza looks up, goes across to her right, takes a shot on goal, and headed by number 3 for Fort Road, which is Tittle. And the ball goes into touch for corner Zico. Zico, both teams looking really impressive this afternoon, Zico. I must say.
I must say that it has been a welcome change from what we saw last week. It's a bit more competitive. Fort Road look a little bit more organized this week, and not only getting into a defensive shell, but we've seen from the opening moments of the game, they're looking to create some scoring chances as well. So hopefully that's the model that continues throughout the encounter, and we see a good match.
Yeah, but I see like Fort Road has added some experience to their team here. They have has brought in Josie Baker and Irving Parker Bernard, which weren't there last week. Zeke, you know, Parker is a defender and Baker is a midfielder. But nonetheless, we're back into the action. And lovely, strong play by Shia J, but she was dispossessed by Benjamin. Benjamin out to Henry. Henry tried to cross, but blocked. Picked up by number 15. 15 to try to play to Knowles. Intercepted by Buckley. Buckley tries to play it wide to number 9, but the ball goes into touch. And there'll be a throw-in for Fort Road. This Fort Road is more than likely going to take their time onto this throw.
And that's smart experience play from Fort Road in the moment. Just take a little bit. They've been under a bit of pressure for the last couple of minutes. Just take a little bit of sting out of the game. You know, get composed, catch your breath a little bit, and look to go on the attack.
The throw for Fort Road to be taken by number 5. She takes it, throws it up the line. James intercepts it. James go back to Henry. And number 15 is on it for Fort Road, looking to take a man on, which is Roberts. But Roberts does well and intercepts it and plays it wise to James. James looks up, has some options. Have an option in D'Souza coming to the wine. Plays to D'Souza. D'Souza has been constant, but brilliant tackle by Tittle here, number 3. Till strides up the line with it, looking for options. Doesn't have much, tried to take a man on, but was intercepted. Number 5 picks it up, clears it upfield. But it seems to have a player down on the pitch there, Zico, number 15. It is for Fort Road, Zico.
Yes, that would be number 15 would be Anessa Versailles. She looks a young player. It's a pretty good addition. Well, pretty good player to have in the squad, but needs a little bit of attention at the moment.
Yeah, most definitely. I think Versailles is getting, some good bars out here with room to play. I think she needs maybe a little option for 1-2 sometime because, running at somebody at 90 consistently takes a lot out of you. But if you get a little help with a little 1-2 and a little bounce to force the defender to change the look and where the ball is, it kind of opens up for you. But I think Fort Road is really solid here in defense. Most likely, Wadadli is definitely dominating midfield like they did last week with Benjamin and Buckley there at midfield. Yes. But in all fairness, I think the Fort Road defense seems like they're up to the task today.
Yes, I think it'll be difficult for Fort Road to continue playing like this if they allow Jada Benjamin the amount of space that she's had so far. I mean, they may do well to look at making a tactical change to have someone be a little bit closer to her so she doesn't have the ability or the time to hit those runners. It's always difficult. It's going to be a very long day if Jada has time on the ball with Gabriel D'Souza looking to stretch your defense.
Well, we're about into 8 minutes of play here, Zico, at the ABFA Technical Center. It seems like the player is off the pitch. There's some player being rehydrated due to the severity of the sun here this afternoon. It seems like it's going to be a drop ball by referee Portia Davis here.
Yes.
And it seems like it will be a drop ball for Wadadli United FC, Zico.
Yes, I think Wadadli United FC were in possession when referee Portia Davis brought the game to a halt. So, I mean, the rules have changed. There's no longer contested drop balls, so they resume in possession as we look to continue.
There's Benjamin and driving through midfield. She goes past a few. She's being confronted by some defenders here, but Benjamin is still on the run. And Benjamin decides to take a shot, but it goes high and wide. This is a streaming run, Zico. From within her own half, Zico. Benjamin straight up the middle. Was being fronted by a few defenders, but no one was, taking the initiative to put a tackle in. And Benjamin drove right up on the 18-yard box and took a shot, but the ball went high and over the bar.
She would have expected to do a little bit better with her finish, George, after doing all that hard work to hit over the crossbar. But I think, again, that just drives home the point earlier about having someone pay a little bit more attention to her in the middle of the field so that you can control how much you actually have to defend.
And a photo start shot or ball played into midfield by to Knowles by Tittle. Knowles decides to go wide to number 11, but unfortunately she miscued her passing, goes into touch. Throw to be taken by Hodge. Wadadli United number 5. Wadadli United FC number 5. So she takes her time. She looks up for options. Sees Benjamin, but intercepted by Wilson. Ball goes into touch. Another throw on the far side for Wadadli United FC. Ball throw to be taken by number 8 for Wadadli, which is Thomas. Thomas takes a big one, headed up in the air by Parker Bernard. Ball taken down by Argel London. Some shifty footwork by London here, Zico. And the ball is towed out.
Argel looking to roll back the years there, George.
Yeah, they most definitely. Throw taken by Thomas into D'Souza. D'Souza, a great take on the chest and the turn. After she plays the ball into Buckley, but Buckley was challenged there by the number 5 for Fort Road, which is Jonas. Ball goes and intercepted again by Jonas, but cleared into touch by Jonas. To an errant path from Henry. And we have Coach Joella on the sideline barking out some instructions. Oh, sorry, number 5 is Morris. And the throw is taken by Henry into D'Souza. D'Souza with a lovely flick over the top and gets around Joseph, but her touch is too hard, and great covering defending by Tittle, number 3 for Fort Road here to walk the ball off D'Souza into touch for a goal kick, it looks like, for Fort Road.
It definitely seems to be, Fort Road definitely seems to have a game plan in terms of dealing with Gabriel D'Souza. We see Alika Joseph pressing really tight, and Devika Tittle doing that covering, and it has worked so far in the first 15 minutes of the game. Well,
in football, when you have a dangerous player, some people say the player is a handful, right? But I think D'Souza is like 2 handfuls, so it's going to need all 4 hands. Joseph and Tittle to keep D'Souza on the wraps here. Ball is played forward, intercepted by Samuel. Samuel into London. London takes a touch, he turns. London comes to the left and takes a shot. The ball goes straight to the goalkeeper, and a comfortable save by the goalkeeper for Fort Road FC.
And I think it's good tactical awareness from the coach from Fort Road. If we're being honest, I would take my chances with the field as opposed to Gabriel D'Souza. So if I can keep her quiet, then I think as a coach, I would have a good chance of getting something out of the match.
Thomas being challenged by Morris. Thomas plays it into London. London to Buckley. Buckley decides, great challenge by Joseph Falls to Baker. Baker looks up, plays a pass to Wilson. Wilson tries to turn around the top for Kai Davis, but intercepted by Roberts. Roberts is still in it. Challenged by Davis, and Davis puts enough pressure there on Roberts, so Roberts to kick it out for a throw in, Zico.
Yes, I think, again, those tactical changes by Coach Yafu Lake to switch Kai to playing that traditional number 9. That's keeping the Wadadli United centre back pair a little bit more honest than they were last week, because now that's a legitimate goal scoring threat that they have to deal with, and we see that working out into the favour of Fort Road FC.
Show taken by Morris into Davis. Davis takes a touch back to Morris. Morris plays one time but intercepted. Ball with Buckley. Ball played over the top, but no one chasing it, and picked up by Devika Tittle, who has some time. Elects to play to Joseph. Joseph takes a touch, looks forward. There's a poor touch by Joseph, intercepted by London. Now ball falls to D'Souza, and D'Souza is on the run looking to take on Parker 1v1. Oh, great defended by Parker to stand her up, but D'Souza goes to her right and takes a shot, and the ball was hit high and hard over the bar, but it was wonderful defending. I thought it was patient defending by Parker there just now to keep D'Souza in front of her.
Yes, but what we noticed just now that the one moment for the game so far where Fort Road went away from the obvious tactic in terms of having your two centre backs in good covering positions, they gave up a goal scoring opportunity to Gabby.
Yeah, most definitely, Zico. So I don't think that will happen again based on the experience, the level of experience in the back. I don't think that will happen again. But anyway, the goal kick taken by Tittle, booted high, but goes straight into touch for a throw-in for Fort Road to be taken by Hodge. Hodge had the options of Samuel, number 14. She throws it into Samuel. Samuel takes a touch, goes back to Hodge. Hodge takes a touch inside, but under pressure. Ball falls to Benjamin. Benjamin turns lovely. Benjamin driving, plays a lovely ball into London. A great take by London and shot on goal, but the ball goes into touch and over bar. But it was a lovely, lovely turn. One-time turn to set herself up for that shot by Argel London, Zico. Rolling back the years, definitely.
Some neat footwork from Argel. I mean, clearly, you see the quality, and if you cast your minds back to, I would say, a few years ago, 6-7 years ago, Argel London would have been one of our better players, and clearly you see the quality on display today.
Yeah, well, definitely, Zico. So it seems like the ref is giving a water break here, Zico, due to the humidity. It seems like the staff here at the Calvin Foundation didn't bring any water for us today, Zico, so we can't have a water break.
But I appreciate that this week we're in some nice blue shirts, which are a lot cooler than the black and gold.
Yeah, I prefer my thirst being quenched, Zico. But anyway, so Zico, just a quick question. I realize that some of these teams have some of the national under-14 girls from the previous concluded under-14 tournament during the summer. And do you think that some of these girls being in these under-14 teams is a good look for the development of football and for the development of these young players?
Unfortunately, we don't play as often as we should, generally, and more so on the girls' side. So for me, from my perspective, them being included in this competition is necessary, because obviously they don't have the games. But it's just a matter of their progress being monitored, their workload being monitored, ensuring that they don't feel overwhelmed or even burdened by their performance, but you have them understand that this is part of their development, and you're more concerned with their performance in the day as opposed to the results. And I know as a player that's difficult to hear, but I'm looking at it from a coaching perspective, and more so if I were in the national program, I would be looking to have conversations with them regularly as a coach from the coaching perspective. Listen, playing is more important, your performance is more important than the result, and hopefully that helps in their overall development.
Well, I couldn't ask a better answer than that, because at that age, I think development is key. Because remember, under 14 is the first introduction into 11v11 football. Because you know how it is with the grassroots system that have been constructed by FIFA. Anything under 9v9s, and then when you pass the age of 12, then you're allowed to be 11v11s. But we are about to resume play here, Zico. So we're basically into the 21st minute of play thus far. And the score is still 0-0 here at the ABFA Technical Center in the Calvin A-sponsored Antigua and Barbuda Women Premier League of 2025, Zico.
Yes, I must say that there's been a massive improvement from the Fort Road from the Fort Road outfit. I mean, they look a lot more organized. They look a lot more competitive, and it's boding well for them so far. We've had a fairly even first half, so that's a good thing.
Ball to Parker. Parker turns lovely, plays the ball over the top. Being challenged by Davis and Henry. Won by number 6, which is that looks like Bontiff, who has made an entrance into the game. Zico here. We'll have to find out who the substitution was for, because number 6 Bontiff is in the game. Oh, that's a lovely ball played wide to the number 9 thing. The ball is being played, and number 9 plays the number 6 Buckley. Buckley is free. Buckley tries to play to London, but intercepted by Parker. Parker tries to clear her lines, but it's falls to D'Souza, and intercepted by Parker once again, cleared by Knowles. Ball is with Wilson. Wilson plays one over the top, and Kai is chasing Roberts. Roberts takes the touch, so now she cannot go back to the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper kind of picks it up. Kai is going towards the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper turns out lovely, and that's good football. Ball played wide, but intercepted by number 11 for Fort Road. She comes around the corner, being chased by Roberts. Plays one across goal, and Haves, goalkeeper Haves for Wadadli United, comes out comfortably and picks that one up. Haves elects the kick. She boots it upfield. Ball falls at midfield for Wilson. Wilson with a chop and tries to shoot. Ball's mischop, but it's ricochets off of the number 11, it looks like, Zico, onto Roberts, and it goes into touch for a corner kick for Fort Road FC. It's first corner kick of the game, Zico.
Yes, and I want to say the first corner kick for Fort Road for the league, which shows that they're a little bit, they're showing a lot more attacking impetus this weekend, George. So, I mean, hopefully this carries through the rest of the game and we have a fairly competitive encounter.
Yeah, most definitely, Zico. Because as we said earlier, we cannot sit down here and watch another 8 and 7. And the corner kick is taken by Wilson, a lovely one in, but comfortably collected by goalkeeper Haves, and she tries to roll it out to D'Souza, and D'Souza has it. D'Souza is attacking at full speed against Morris, elects the pass, and ball is intercepted by Joseph, but falls for Orja London. Orja London has the options of Benjamin on the right, but decides to place it a bit too late, and the ball goes behind of Benjamin back and goes into a touch. Parker taking her time. I see Parker sporting her number 17, which she sported when she played for Lady Hoppers back in the day. I wonder who was her favorite player, Zico.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty sure with her playing for Lady Hoppers, you'd be able to tell me at some point.
Well, I'll give you a chance to think about it and see if you can come up with who her favorite player is.
I'm trying to figure out the player of note who would have played for Hoppers that would have sported the number 17. You know, but at this point, that recollection eludes me momentarily, George. And
as we move on to the throw-in here being taken by Fort Road, by Wadadli United side. Wadadli United takes a throw, intercepted by Joseph. Joseph tries to clear. Wilson picks it up, but dispossessed by Benjamin. Benjamin tries to go to midfield. Ball falls to Buckley. Buckley tries to play it around the player to get it, but then recovered by D'Souza. Has a London on her right. Decides to play for London, but intercepted by Parker. And Parker has it. And that's lovely defended by number 70, Parker. Ball with his Bontiff. Bontiff tries to play it forward. Intercepted by number 12. Bontiff still trying to recover, but picked up by 9, which is Thomas, for what that United looking to take on Harry. Oh, that wasn't bad football at all. They just know Zico. I think number 9 wasn't ready for it. She thought Buckley would have taken an extra touch, but and maybe a little weight off of it would have been a little more convenient.
Yes, I think the idea was good. I think that was the right idea. I think the execution let Kanika Buckley down. She's a better player than that. She'd be looking to make amends for that errant pass.
Yeah, most definitely, Zico. And a big kick being taken by Tittle. Tittle decides to boot it upfield. It goes upfield, falls into midfield for Baker. Baker with a lovely touch, plays to Nose. Nose tries to take on Buckley, but dispossessed. And Parker comes across and clears. Intercepted by Thomas. Parker attacks it, but now falls past Parker. Parker and Samuel is in a foot race here. Samuel gets there first, decides to take on Parker. Try to play this inside, but a great covering by Devika Tittle. And the linesman has signaled, or assistant referee has signaled for an offside on the Fort Road player. Kick to be taken by Parker Bernard. Parker Bernard cuffs the kick, but it falls to Nose. Nose recovers. Falls to Parker again. Parker tries to tow it. Intercepted by Samuel. Intercepted by Parker. Devika Tittle with a lovely toke forward. Played forward. Big clear to the right-hand side, being chased by James. But Morris gets there first. Ball falls for D'Souza. D'Souza squeezes up across midfield. Has London to her right. Elects to pass to London. Makes a run though. London takes a defender on, takes a shot across goal, but the ball skims straight across the goal, Zico, and goes in touch. Zico, I think Wadadli United might be ruining quite a few chances here, Zico. A few over the bar and a few trickling across the goal, Zico.
Yes, definitely they have started to assert their dominance in the game so far, and that coincides with the first half wearing on. We're into the 26th minute, and we're starting to see the tiredness set in for Fort Road, and we're seeing a little bit of holes and a little bit of gaps popping up in what was a really compact, solid defense. And now we're seeing the experience of the Vika Tittle, just trying to slow things down, trying to kill that momentum that Wadadli United has picked up.
Ball with Wilson being challenged by Benjamin, intercepted by Benjamin. Balls with D'Souza. D'Souza tries a fancy backheel ball for Benjamin. Benjamin tries to shoot. And ball rolls into the box, and the keeper elects to kick it out for a corner kick here, Zico.
I must commend Fort Road in terms of, I mean, last week we saw them trying to play out the back to real devastating effect. And this week, again, some tactical changes from the bench. They're looking to get past that first line in terms of pressing and clearing that first line and looking to get that ball into midfield. And that tactic seems to be working so far for them.
Well, Zico, I just want to ask a quick question before we continue play here. Well, it seemed like there was an offside play. I didn't see the linesman flag go up. The assistant flag go up, but apparently the referee jogged across, and the official indicated that there was a. Zico, do you find these games difficult games to officiate as an assistant referee or referee? Because I find the calls in them are just like slow incoming, second hand. That's just my opinion on the topic, Zico.
I think this.
Or is the pace of the game and the quality of the game cause you to be in that lull as an assistant referee and a referee?
Well, it shouldn't. What I will say is that I've noticed that a lot of the newer officials and the younger officials are being assigned to these games, which isn't necessarily a bad idea, because at some point they got to get the game practice. And so I think the lateness in the calls or the inconsistency of the calls could be chalked up to, a learning curve, so to speak, for the officials that are on display.
London for Wadadli United. London takes a touch, he goes back, plays it for Thomas. Thomas dispossessed by Davis. Davis looking for options. Davis is still twisting and turning. She gets her head up, plays one over the top, and Humphreys is trying to get at it, but the ball rolls directly into the box and comfortably collected by the goalkeeper for Wadadli United. She rolls it out to Roberts. Roberts drives forward with it. Roberts looking for option, has an option wide in Samuel. Samuel takes, has option of Buckley running through the middle. A lovely ball to Buckley, but dispossessed by Tittle. Parker got beat. Ball played to Samuel. Samuel has it, and a lovely ball through the gap and a brilliant save. A lovely strike on goal by D'Souza, but an even better save by the goalkeeper here this evening, which is Prince.
Yes, Onaya Prince there. Good positioning, strong hands, pushing that Gabriel D'Souza. Shot away some good build-up play from Wadadli United, but again, like you mentioned, George, another chance that should have been converted, and hopefully, we know football is a cruel sport.
And Benjamin decides to take a shot from far. Lovely shot by Benjamin, and great save again by Prince, and Prince recovers well and decides to come along. Zico, I think on the initial play with D'Souza, the assistant missed an offside there, Zico, on the initial play, but
that's the inconsistency of the officiating, George. But again, it's a learning curve for them as well. And at some point, they have to be put in or thrown into the deep end, so to speak.
Throw taken by Thomas.
We just have to live with the decisions that are being made.
Definitely. Thomas with it. Thomas decides to come across field to Henry. Henry has some time. Henry takes a touch and looks up. Plays it wide to back to Henry. Henry tries to play a 1-2 with number 9, but number 9 didn't get there. Back to Henry again. 9 is James. Ball plays over the top. Ball falls to Tittle. Tittle takes a touch. She has some time. She rolls it out. Tries to play far, but intercepted by James. Falls to D'Souza. D'Souza has time. She lets it settle. Decides to run at Joseph. Gets past Joseph, but still under pressure by Joseph. She has some options still. Tries to play to number 14. Her teammate number 14, which is Samuel, but the ball was played a bit too heavy and it goes straight into touch for a goal kick for Fort Road FC, Zico. I think when we come into what we got last week, Zico, where the ball is played a lot in one half of the pitch, You know, it's been predominantly in the forward half of the pitch thus far, Zico. So I think Forto need to maybe try to get hold of the midfield a little better. You know what I'm saying? And these second bars, and I think if they do that, they could just scoop one over the top. And
Yes. I mean, obviously, Kai is always a threat going forward, but her playing in that traditional number 9 role, she's dependent on service. And right now, she's being starved of that service.
And there's a pushing foul just now on Henry from Wadadli United on number 6 Bunty for Fort Road. So there's a free kick for Fort Road, 5 yards from halfway line, Zico. And this gives Fort Road an opportunity to get the ball closer to the Wadadli United goal.
It's a much needed reprieve at this point for Fort Road. I mean, and again, slow the game down.
So
take a little bit of sting out of it.
Before you continue, you can see how life is hard. So just now the player sets the ball, the opponent kicks the ball back, and the referee wasn't looking. Now the player moves the ball, the referee telling her to move it back. So why is the assistance out there? And the ball played forward. It looks like Wilson was trying to get on it, but there was solid defending by Thomas and Brave coming out by goalkeeper Hayes. Ball played into D'Souza. D'Souza takes a few touches, comes across midfield. D'Souza still has the ball with time, tries to play one for Samuel, but the ricochet is foul for London. London has time, looking for the run of D'Souza. Decides to play it, but she was onside, but D'Souza decided to run, intercepted by Morris. Morris turns, plays it wide, intercepted by Parker, and Parker tries to clear and clears it straight to D'Souza. D'Souza has sometimes she's under pressure by Tittle, cuts Tittle, but a great toe in by Tittle. Still Tittle and D'Souza battling it out, which is in some cases coach and player. Intercepted by Morris for Bontif. Bontif is on it. Bontif is wrestling here with it, or turned by Bontif. Well done, taken up by Elika. Elika tries to play the cross midfield for Wilson. Wilson couldn't get there. Intercepted by Hodge. Ball falls to Samuel. Samuel plays it to Buckley. Buckley's on it still. Buckley surveying the options, but there was none. Balls with Hodge. Wadadli United plays it up the line instead by Wilson. Wilson flicks it around Hodge. Falls to Davis. Davis tries to play 1-2 with Wilson, but Wilson wasn't running. And ball intercepted by Roberts.
I think Wilson is still struggling a little bit from that heavy collision in the box. There was a lot of contact in that last attack for Fort Road United, and I still think she's carrying a knock from that collision.
Well, yes, definitely, because Wilson is down there, she's bending over, holding her leg, her thigh, it seems like so. And the ball is with keeper Prince. Prince elects the boot, she boots it high. Ball will fall about half line. Davis on this, a touch by Davis, but Davis was fouled by Buckley, and it's a free kick for Fort Road.
George, with every one of these free kicks that Fort Road wins, it takes a little bit of momentum away from Wadadli United. It takes a little bit of sting out of the game, and there's nothing worse for a team that's dominating possession. One, to not score, but then to have these little ticky-taka fouls just kill your momentum completely.
Yes. It was Tittle to Wilson, but Wilson couldn't get it under control, and it seemed like it goes into touch and they go behind the goal line for a goal kick for Wadadli United FC Zico. Well, I do understand what you're saying, but if I'm in pink at this present moment, I'm pleased with the result, definitely.
Extremely pleased. I think the coaching staff for Fort Road would be incredibly pleased with the performance, and I think they would even be more pleased if they could go into the half all tied up.
Well, definitely. Ball played forward, balls with Benjamin. Benjamin plays it wide to D'Souza. D'Souza is and it being confronted by Morris. Morris tries to get tackled in. D'Souza gets past Morris, being confronted by Joseph now. She has option. She cuts Joseph, comes across the right foot, takes a shot, tries to go near post, but the ball goes into the side netting. So it goes into touch for a goal kick for Fort Road FC Zico. Yes, Zico, I would be pleased if I was coach. Yeah, Lake, for sure. You know, being losing last week 7-0 now to be 0-0 at halftime here with a very dominant Wadadli United FC team. Definitely Zico. But
and we see the experience there of Anaya Prince as well as Devika Tittle. Just taking the sting out of the game, you know, just slowing it down, allowing players to catch their breath and get into a good attacking, good offensive position so they can deal with the situation as is. Knowles clears it for D'Souza. D'Souza is being challenged by Norris. Oh, lovely defending by Norris though. Benjamin has it now. Benjamin has time. Benjamin decides she wants to take a shot at goal and decides to take a shot, but it was a poor effort by Jada Benjamin and the ball goes into touch for a corner. So there's a deflection
And the ball goes into touch. For a corner kick for Wadadli United FC to be taken by Gabriel D'Souza, number 7, Zico.
So we're looking at, what is it, 36 minutes of the first half. 4 minutes to go. I mean, Fort Road could find a wherewithal to keep this corner kick out.
As you see, definitely here in the corner.
Possibly go into the half, 0-0, and look to regroup. And I think that would be a tremendous achievement for them, all things considered.
True, definitely. And the corner is be taken by Gabriel D'Souza. And I see Fort Road has everyone back except Kai. And it was a poorly taken corner by D'Souza, Zico. Of her standards, that was definitely a poor corner of her standards, Zico.
I see a little bit of frustration setting in for the Wadadli United outfit. I mean, they would have imagined being up quite a few goals so far. They would have imagined coming into the game running a little bit rampant against this Fort Road team. But you know, the Fort Road team a lot better organized this week than they were last week, and showing a lot more fight, a lot more resilience, and that's a tremendous credit to them.
Yeah, definitely. And it's a throw in for Fort Road on the eastern side of the field to be taken by Morris. Morris takes it to Knowles. Knowles takes a touch, uses her body well, plays it back to Norris. Norris plays across midfield, picked up by Kanika Buckley. Kanika Buckley driving at Tittle, gets past Tittle, as Joseph plays a lovely ball out to D'Souza. D'Souza cuts back to her inside, to her right, decides to take a shot, but Prince is equal to the task. So Prince is definitely using that 8 seconds given to Zico.
All of the 8 seconds, George.
Booted high by Prince. Being chased by Humphreys. Humphreys headed. Goes up in the air. Intercepted by Thomas. Falls to Wilson. Wilson tries to keep possession but dispossessed by Samuel. Samuel is taking on Humphreys. Humphreys and Samuel but Humphreys came away with a touch. Cleared it forward. Ball chased down by Henry. Henry plays it to Benjamin. Great touch by Benjamin. Benjamin is facing forward now with some options. Goes at Morris. Benjamin drives past Morris. Now Joseph. Knowles intercepted by Baker. Baker has it. Baker tries to cut back inside, but dispossessed by Benjamin. Benjamin tries to play with London. London and Benjamin plays a lovely 1-2, but intercepted by Elika Joseph. Balls fall back for Benjamin. Benjamin elects to shoot. And ricochets off the bar, but lovely getting back there by Parker Bernard to clear it wide. Chased down by James. James looking for option. Has Buckley. Buckley's being challenged by Baker. Buckley back to James. James to Henry. Henry has some time. Henry next to goes to Thomas. There's a poor first touch by Thomas, but Thomas recovers, plays it to Roberts. Roberts back to Thomas. Thomas plays it forward, but intercepted by Knowles. Knowles tries to get it to Wilson. And Bernard turns out, plays it to Joseph, but it falls for James. James and Joseph 1v1. Lovely tackle by Joseph, and balls rolling, recovered by James. James has some time, looks up, takes on Joseph, goes past Joseph. Still going is James, plays it in the midfield for Buckley. A lovely touch. Buckley tries to come across all right, but picked up by London. And London scuffed the shot, and the shot goes wide into touch. A goal kick. And there we have it, Zico. The halftime whistle has blown by referee Portia Davis, Zico. And just a quick analysis of your thoughts on the first half, Zico.
Well, I would imagine that Coach Yafu Lake would be the more pleased of the coaches going into the halftime break. And this has been a commendable, well, better than commendable performance for Fort Road. They have managed to turn things around. They've managed to turn things around completely based on their last week's performance to this week. So that has really been commendable. We've seen a really good display from the experienced Devika Tittle, and she's been ably assisted in that centre back pairing of Tittle and Joseph have been really showing their experience and showing the younger players how to do it. So kudos to Fort Road. Hopefully they can produce a complete game, and the second half performance matches that in the first half. But I must say I am impressed with the difference from last week to this week. Obviously, Wadadli United They're a team that is always going to create chances, and they have created chances. Their halftime talk is going to be more geared towards their poor finishing and addressing that going to the second half. So it's going to be interesting to see how the game progresses. But I like how it's balanced, and both teams have everything to play for in the second half.
Yeah, most definitely, Zeke. I can't really touch on nothing you said just now. So we're just here at the half of the first game of our doubleheader here in the second week of the Calvin Aid sponsor ABFA Women's Premier League, and the score is 0-0 between Wadadli United FC and Fortwood FC. We'll be back in a few minutes to continue with the second half.
Discover the Caribbean from a new perspective with Calvin Air Helicopters. Call us today at 789-4354 or email reservations@calvinair.com. From providing access to higher learning, fostering young talent in music, to supporting youth development initiatives, the Calvin Air Foundation is playing a pivotal role in nurturing the potential of tomorrow's leaders.
Yeah.
Mic check, mic check.
Yeah, and good afternoon once again, and we're back here at the ABFA Technical Center for the second half of our first game of this afternoon, double header between Wadadli United FC and Fort Road FC here at the ABFA Technical Center, where we're at a 0-0 deadlock at the end of the first half looking to restart. Hasn't been many changes to the Wadadli FC team from our advantage point, and there was a substitution made early in the first half by Fort Road FC. And just a quick breakdown of both teams by Desmond Zico Blur here quickly for you.
For Fort Road, Onaya Princeton goal, Alika Joseph, Everdeen Parker Bernard, Alicia Roberts, Josie Baker, Vivica Tittle, Kai Jacobs, Denisha Wilson, Rodisha Humphrey, Anisha Fasai, Kedisha Morris, Sheila Knowles. And for Wadadli FC, Joel Harvin goal, Jada Benjamin leading the team, Janaira Hodge, Kanika Buckley, Gabriel D'Souza, Carly Thomas, Kevancia James, Equania Henry, Zolique Samuel, Brianna Roberts, Arja London. Wadadli United being coached by Joella Potter Isaac. And on the touchline, on the opposing sidelines for Fort Road FC, Yafu Lake.
Yeah, definitely. The referee Portia Davis has blown a whistle to start the second half, and Fort Road is starting really aggressive with Humphreys, but D'Souza didn't give her a chance to use that aggression and intercept it back. But ball taken by Morris. Morris boots it over the top, and is being chased here by Humphreys, who seems to have a bit of a jet. Pack on her back here, there, but comfortable take up by Halves. Halves rolls it out to Henry. Henry has some times and drives forward with it. Looks up, plays it into Buckley. Buckley with a turn. Buckley still has been challenged by Humphreys. Buckley still with it. Buckley to Roberts. Roberts to Thomas. Thomas tries to play a one-time pass but intercepted by Knowles. Knowles has it. Knowles driving forward with it. Taken away by Benjamin. Benjamin has it. Coming forward. Benjamin looking for some options. Being challenged by Bontiff and fouled by Bontiff here. Benjamin and referee Davis blows for a free kick. Zico, I like how the aggression, the second half has started, Zico.
Again, bodes well for Fort Road. They've been a lot better than they were last week. I mean, we can't say that enough. We can't express that enough. And I think Wadadli United are in for a tougher fight than they anticipated, and we see that with Fort Road holding them to a 0-0 first half scoreline.
Most definitely, Zico. Henry tries to go past Humphreys, gets past Humphreys, still Henry, challenged by Morris, still Henry, and Humphreys get back to help Morris in double teaming Henry, and the ball goes into touch for throwing for Wadadli United FC. So Zico, at the first half has played, and 9 has played, which is James for the Wadadli with her nails, and the referee's assistant has only noticed that at halftime, Zico.
It's interesting because usually I know from the men's side of things and my experience on the female side of things, those things are looked at during your pre-game checks. So I'm not sure how that would have been missed. However, they have addressed it, and the safety of the players is always paramount. So kudos to the fourth official for having that situation rectified.
Yes, and there's a foul on D'Souza down Wadadli United left-hand side, and the free kick seems to be taken by D'Souza also. I see Fort Road has 4 defenders back in the box defending, and there's only 2 attacking players for Wadadli United up in the box. And D'Souza is looking to whip this one right-footed into the box. There's a 3-man wall for the Fort Road FC team, and D'Souza approach. She strikes. Ball is floating on goal, but well read by goalkeeper Prince and punched into touch for a corner kick for Wadadli United.
The dangerous ball swung into the back post there by D'Souza, trying to pick out Zolique Samuel. But goalkeeper Prince up to the task and taking no chances, getting both hands to it and pushing it away for a corner kick.
It seems like anything that's dead for Wadadli United FC, Zico, is being taken by D'Souza.
It's an interesting tactic. I mean, I would imagine that Gabriel D'Souza would be my most potent goal-scoring threat. So, would I really want to be taking free kicks and corners? I would much rather trying to get onto the end of those free kicks and corners. But let's see how that plays out for Coach Joel Potter Isaac and the Wadadli United.
Corner taken by D'Souza, met by
that's dangerous corner kick they swung in
and headed by Tittle. Which almost looked like it was an own goal there, Zico.
Yes,
Hearts has stopped.
Ended up going in the opposite direction than that she anticipated, but you know, all's well that ends well.
And there's another corner. Yes, there's another corner for Wadadli United FC to be taken by D'Souza from the opposite side of the pitch now. And she has Benjamin approaching for a short one. She elects to take it to Benjamin. Benjamin takes a good first touch, head up, whips it into the box dangerously, and scores. A lovely goal here by Jada Benjamin, Zico.
Yes, that's
for Wadadli United FC.
That's the experience of Jada Benjamin. The long corners into the box hadn't been working for them before. She noticed that Fort Road United had a lot of numbers in the box, and she anticipated that she could get onto the end of that short corner. So that's a goal for Jada Benjamin. The 5th minute of the second half, or the 45th minute of play. So Wadadli United have taken the lead. Jada Benjamin getting her name on the score sheet. Short corner from Gabriel D'Souza and hitting a firm right-footed effort into the top left-hand corner. 1-0 to Wadadli United FC.
Yes, Zico, and we're back in. Players resume now. Ball is with D'Souza. D'Souza looking to take on the defender. D'Souza gets past the defender and now is one-on-one with Prince, and D'Souza scored, Zico, and that's the second goal there now. For
2 goals in 2 minutes there, George.
Two goals in 2 minutes of Wadadli United FC. First goal by Jada Benjamin, and now the second by Gabriel D'Souza with a lovely run, picking it up just outside the 80-yard box and driving straight at goal, and wasn't confronted by any defenders from the Fort Road FC team, and takes her time and slotted to the left of goalkeeper Prince to make it 2-0.
And that is what Fort Road United Fort Road players could have ill afforded to have happen, George. And hopefully they can stem this tide and stem this flow, and we don't have the goals pouring in at this point.
Yeah, most definitely. And we're back into play here, ball with Nose, Baker to Tittle. Tittle elects to go big, has a runner in Wilson. Balls fall for Kai, she tries to place it over the top. Benjamin Roberts, Buckley, lovely touch and turn by Buckley, plays it wide to Hodge. Hodge with some time. Hodge takes the first touch, brings her head up, looks in the option, takes a second. She's being challenged by Davis, plays it to Benjamin. Benjamin drives forward with the first touch, tries to play it through the gap, but intercepted by Parker Bernard. And there's a strong challenge by Benjamin. Balls fall for Buckley. Buckley back to Benjamin. Benjamin still on it. Tries to place it through the gap, plays it to James. James challenged by Tittle. Cleared, falls to Thomas. Thomas tries a one-timer, but falls to Wilson. Wilson being challenged by Buckley. Wilson tries to turn it around the corner for Humphreys, but blocked by Buckley, and the ball goes into touch for throwing. Forward that United FC. And it seems like there'll be substitution here, Zico.
Yes, we see number 13 coming in. Number 6 being replaced. There's a number 6, the Caleb Buntiff, being replaced by number 13. We'll get you the name. We'll get you the name shortly. But a substitution there for Fort Road players. Hopefully, this change brings some reward and they can get back into the match before it gets away from them, George.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And ball was with Haves. Halves kicks it upfield. 2 Fort Road players on it, Joseph and Morris. And there's a foul on D'Souza for Wadadli United FC. So there's a free kick for Wadadli United FC, now leading 2-0 here in the first game of our doubleheader in the second week of the Calvin A ABFA Women's Premier League here at the ABFA Technical Centre in Painters.
Yes, the goals took a long while in coming, but they've managed to grabbed 2 in the space of 2 minutes. So them in full control of the game.
Yeah, most definitely. Free kick to be taken by D'Souza once again. She likes to whips it at goal, and ball goes straight to Prince, and lovely take by Prince. Weighing up our options, he likes to kick, boots it high and wide, being challenged by Henry, and Henry heads it into touch for a throw-in.
George, I must say, I've been impressed with young Anaya Prince in goal for football players. All things considered, she's given a very good account of herself. She managed in the first half to pull off a few good saves to keep them in the game. I mean, there isn't much you can do about those 2 strikes that have got past her, but I think so far she's given a really good account of herself.
Yeah, most definitely, Zeke. We're back in the run and play here. Ball is with Benjamin. Benjamin gets around Joseph. Benjamin elects to play to D'Souza. D'Souza gets around Tittle. D'Souza's on the run. There's Parker's trying to get there. No one could get there, and she's in on goal. And the second goal here at the ABFA Technical Center to make it 3-0. The second goal for Gabriel D'Souza here in the 50th minute of play, Zico. And it looks like the floodgates is open here for Wadadli United against the fourth row team, Zico, who has no answer for Gabriel D'Souza and her pace. And there's some lovely through bars being played by Benjamin, I must say, picking out D'Souza, absolutely fantastic. And D'Souza making no mistake by running onto goal and slotting it past Prince, who was helpless in goal there for the fourth row team, Zico.
We did identify that as an area of concern in the first half. Benjamin, the quality of Benjamin, she was getting a lot of time and space in the first half. You know, a little bit of overplaying on her part in the first half, a little bit of wayward passing, a little bit of poor finishing, but she seems to have figured that out, and she's found a streak in Gabriel D'Souza twice now in the space of 10 minutes to really seem, what I would say, put the game out of reach for Fort Road at this point.
Most definitely, Zico. So there was a ball played over the top by Thomas for Samuels, but Samuels weren't up to making that effort to get to it, and the ball goes into touch for a throw-in for Everdeen Parker Bernard for the fourth row team. She has options in the Vika Tittle and number 13. She chose it to number 13, intercepted by Thomas. Thomas has time. Thomas elects to pass to Samuel, but passes directly into touch. And there's another throw in here for Parker Bernard and the fourth row team, Zico. Zico, I think the back four, which was very good for the fourth row team, has been a little bit disjointed. You know, in Joseph and Tittle getting caught too high, and both of them, none of them has the pace to keep with D'Souza. And I think that has been their downfall to start the second half. They've just been a bit too high and not being a little more patient and staying behind the ball.
I think they would have, unfortunately, looked at the option of pushing into midfield to stop some of the possession, but then being caught on the back end with the pace of Gabriel D'Souza. So it's a little bit of picking your poison. I mean, they would have felt comfortable with their performance in the first half and felt like they could have really stepped it up and pushed into midfield. Unfortunately, that hasn't worked out for them, and they've been caught out twice in quick succession with, I mean, obviously the incredible pace at this level of Gabriel D'Souza is really difficult proposition to deal with. And again, not having that pace makes it incredibly difficult. And I would imagine them, you know, giving her a bit of a head start, well, giving themselves, a bit of a head start to really try to negate that pace. Give up a little bit in the midfield, understand that you don't have the experience or the quality, and try to keep the ball in front of you as much as possible as they did in the first half. It's just unfortunate to see that it has unraveled a little bit within the first, I would say, 12 to 13 minutes of the second half. You know, and that's football is cruel. You know, you would have done tremendous work for 40 minutes, and it's all undone in the space of 4 or 5 minutes, and it's just, you know, it's really difficult, I would imagine, for them to see at that point all of that good work going to waste.
Humphreys get past one, Humphreys gets past two. Humphreys still on the run, but body, they were off the ball by Buckley. But to the whistle of referee Davis, calling a foul on Kanika Buckley, so there's a free kick some 20 yards out for the Fort Road FC team. Zico, yeah, no, we get to mention last week that this league come with some monetary prizes, Zico. So there's a monetary prize of $500 per win during each game that is being played. And I think last week Fort Road, Wadadli United walked away with $500 for their win, and Trendsetters walked away with $500. And it seems like Wadadli United is on pace to collect another 500, Zico. It seems like in 2 weeks, Wadadli United bank account is keep going up, Zico. But in all fairness, I think I have been a player and I have been always motivated by the financial aspect of it. And it's always good look to see that there's a reward for your effort at the end of it. And I think it's a wonderful gesture by the Calvin Foundation to offer that $500 per win per team.
I think it's a incredible incentive. I don't remember us having that incentive on the men's side where we're able to collect our winnings at the end of each match. I think that would have been more than sufficient motivation for our performance week to week, George, when we play.
Definitely. And the ball is with Samuel, now Hodge. Hodge tries to goes inside, the ball is with Baker. Baker tries to play one to Wilson. It misses everybody, Wilson and Thomas, but Wilson and Thomas is cheating. But Wilson seems to be struggling here, Zico, from that challenge early in the first half. Ball is with number 13 for Fort Road. She plays it back to Baker. Baker goes back to Bernard. Bernard takes a touch. He elects to boots it upfield. But as far as the Benjamin, who is at midfield, all on her lonesome, Benjamin cuts one. Benjamin tries to play one to the top to Samuel, taken by Samuel, plays to London. London back to Benjamin. Benjamin takes a touch, brings her head up, seeks her option out, plays a lovely ball over the top. But Prince is out, quick to collect. And to restart play with a kick, it seems like Prince is going to restart with a kick, walks it upfield, ball is placed high. Humphreys and Henry plays for it, but one by Humphreys falls to Buckley, but inadvertently the ball hit Buckley's hand. And it's a foul call on Buckley. And it's a free kick for Fort Road FC to be taken by Morris. Morris boots it upfield. Ball played lovely. Falls to Kai. Kai's 1v1 here with Thomas. Kai tried to go past Thomas, but Benjamin gets back to help Thomas. But Benjamin was dispossessed by Kai. Kai's trying to take on Benjamin one-on-one, senior option. Tries a little fancy footwork, but Benjamin's up to the task. Benjamin plays it to James. James to Buckley at midfield. Buckley elects to try to play to the next side to Samuel, but pass was intercepted by Parker. Parker is on it. Parker tries to clear. Ball falls to Buckley. Buckley has time. Tries to play it forward. Cleared by Morris and booted over the top by Morris, but Davis was in the offside position and decided not to chase. Ball goes right through the goalkeeper half, so the Wadadli United team. She's taking her time, waiting to be pressured or to be approached by the opponent. Davis comes to force her to take it up. She has it in hand. Seems like Davis is next to kick. She boots it upfield. Taken by Buckley. Falls to London. London's on it. London turns and plays a through ball, which is run onto by D'Souza. D'Souza is in acres of space. Has options inside where Samuels decides to cross. Misses Samuels. Fall for James, but James could not control it.
We see the tired legs setting in there for Fort Road and the game being really, really stretched at this point.
And there's some few dejected heads, Zico, for Fort Road. I think Fort Road is playing a bit of a deeper line during the first half, and now they're a bit more up. And now they're more up, that gives space in behind for Gabriel D'Souza to, run onto. I think Humphreys here for Fort Road, and along with Davis, is having a very, very good game. Both of them on the offensive end when they do get opportunities to attack. I think Humphreys has blistering pace. She has a decent touch and a high work rate. And I think she's not doing bad on her lonesome, but I think if she gets a little more help, she could be a lot more dangerous.
I think Fort Road is if we look at their performance this week, I think they're a couple of players away from being competitive based on their performance. As you mentioned, and I agree, Kai has had a fairly decent game. Rolisha Humphreys has been her usual pacey, aggressive, problematic self. But they're lacking a little bit of quality in the middle of the field to supply these players. And we see that it's becoming, right now, a bit of a one-way traffic with Wadadli United firmly in the ascendancy.
Yes, Buckley to Hodge. Hodge has some time to travel forward. He elects to pass early. Pass intercepted by number 13 for Fort Road. Has some time. Elected to play a ball to Kai, but intercepted by Thomas. Thomas goes over the top. D'Souza is on the run. Ball was missed by Joseph, and there's no player back. And there it is, Zico, 4-0 for Wadadli United FC. A lovely ball over the top. But for Wadadli United, and here we have the second water break of the half. Goal scoring in the 59th minute, Zico, of play here for the Wadadli United FC to give them a 4-0 lead here in the second half of this first encounter here at the ABFA Technical Center in the Calvin A-sponsored Antigua and Barbuda Football Association Women's Premier League, Zico.
Yes, so that's a hat trick for Gabrielle De Souza to add to, I think it was her 2 goals last week. So Gabrielle De Souza with, doing usual Gabrielle De Souza things, 5 goals in 3 games, 5 goals in 2 games so far, and another 20 minutes to go. So at this point, I think she's enjoying the game as it is and enjoying the season so far. Again, I'm a little bit disappointed for the Fort Worth players coming off of what was a tremendous first half and having it unravel a bit. But if we look at the opponent on the other side, so we're looking at the Wadadli United FC, which is really stacked, and there's quality all around. So it was just a matter of time before that initial breakthrough came in, and Fort Worth would have been hoping to stave that off for a little bit longer into the second half. I don't think the fact that they gave up a goal so early on resumption helped their cause, and we've seen just a little bit of dejection from that point on, and Wadadli United, for all the goals that they would have missed in the first half, have been ruthless in their finishing so far in the second.
Well, Gabrielle De Souza definitely has been ruthless with them finishing second half. First half, she got quite a few chances and didn't take them, and the 3 chances that has fallen for her in the second half, she has been really clinical in dispatching them into the back of the net. But from my perspective, Zico, I know this is the first year of the this league sponsored by Calvin, and I think I hear there's a 4-year or 5-year contract being a 5-year contract. So if I was coaching one of these female teams, especially a team like Fort Worth who has some fairly experienced players, some young ones, I would be looking to maybe take this as a stepping stone or as a building block to be able to compete next year in this league. Because I think the Wadadli United team is a team of veterans and quality. Trendsetters is a team of veterans and also has some young quality players. Also, we haven't seen Cutting Edge yet, but we know Nabu Samuel has a fairly young team and some very good players on his team. So, so I would think that for Fort Worth, I will, be more looking to just have a solid a solid unit of being able to defend and not concede multiple goals throughout an 80-minute period, and then try to just keep the confidence in the players and let them know, listen, it's the first year, so on and so forth, and see what we could build. The
good thing, George, is that, if we're being honest, the competition as constructed now with the Calvin Foundation coming on board, they've invested and they've committed to $500,000 sponsorship over a 5-year period. So this Premier Division is going to be a staple of the football landscape in Antigua for the next 5 years. And so coaches and teams and players and clubs have something to look forward to in terms of their building process. So it's important to stay to the course, as you mentioned. Look at the young players you have. Look at how much you can invest in their development from the club perspective and not have to be too concerned with the ability or the competition being available to display. So we must give kudos to the Calvin Foundation, $500,000 sponsorship over a 5-year period. So there are 4 more years after this. And obviously a team like Fort Worth, if they can manage to keep the youngsters together, there's definitely something to build on.
Definitely. And we're back in play here, ball played by Jada Benjamin, but there's 4 Photo defenders back, so it isn't easy to deal with. Ball picked up by Parker. Parker decided to boot it back in field. It goes into field, and there's a clearance by Benjamin, but the ball ricochets off her feet and onto her hand, and there's a free kick for the Photo team and being set up to be taken by Kai Davis here, some 25 yards out. Yeah, Zika, so we are here. Kai Davis seems like she's the only one over the free kick. So the wall is being constructed by goalkeeper halves, telling them to step up 10 yards outside the 18. Referee Portia Davis marks a spot. And Kai Davis runs up. She goes to goal. But this one goes wide to the left of goalkeeper Haves and into touch for goal kick for Wadadli United. Well, Wadadli United, Zico, is in comfortable command of this game. I'm not seeing this game going in any other direction than to Wadadli United, Zico. I just would like to see Fort Wood be a little more competitive and a little more compact, you know, as a unit. Ball is here with Hodge. Hodge has some time. She's traveling forward. Plays it to Benjamin. Benjamin come back to the right on Hodge's side. Tries to play it over top to 11, but 11 miscontrol. Intercepted by Parker. Ball is with Wilson. Oh, and there's an errant pass, and the errant pass falls for D'Souza. And D'Souza is in on goal, but a well-timely block by goalkeeper Prince to deny D'Souza of her fourth. And D'Souza gets it back to a strike on goal and straight into the graceful arms of goalkeeper Prince. Prince telling her defenders to step up. Prince elects to kick. Ball booted high in the air. Nose attempts to control. Ball's fouled for Buckley. Wadadli United is in control of it. Still Buckley. And ball goes into touch for throw-in. And the referee finds throw-in for Fort Wood FC, Zico. Would you say this one is done and dusted, Zico?
I think we can pretty much say that Wadadli United is going to pull this one out. What the final score is going to be still left to be determined, but I don't see Fort Wood having the wherewithal to overturn a 4-0 deficit against a quality team like Wadadli United.
And as we said earlier, the score is 4-0 in favor of Wadadli United FC. All 4 goals scoring in the second half. One by Jada Benjamin in the 46th minute, Gabriel D'Souza in the 46th, 50th and 59th minute of play here to give her team a 4-0 lead over the Fort Wood FC, which had a brilliant first half in my opinion, solid defensively. Goalkeeper Prince kept them in the game with a few lovely saves, but unfortunately the second half was a bit too much for them. And now Wadadli United is leading. Throw-in taken by Norris and to Humphreys. Humphreys took it on the chest lovely and tries to turn, but being challenged by Samuel. Ball cleared by to Baker. Baker tries to turn it inside to Parker. Parker gets it, plays it over the top. Kai Davis is onto it, but it was in an offside position, and the assistant flag is up, but none to the avail, and finally recognized by referee Portia Davis, and it's a free kick for Wadadli United FC.
I think Kai's straying a little bit, you know, not staying with the team and not recognizing the need to get into that onside position quickly. It's one of my pet peeves though, George. Strikers who are out of the play so far that, you know, we've done hard work to win the ball, and then when we try to play you in, you would have taken too long to get back into an onside position.
Yeah, definitely. That's yeah. As a defender, I'm not too pleased with strikers that do that to me either. But as we hear, the ball is with Hodge now. Hodge is being hassled by number 13. Hodge turns, looks inside her, still have it, plays it to Benjamin. Benjamin with the touch forward, plays it wide to Samuel. Samuel cuts across, plays it to number 11, but intercepted by Tittle. Tittle plays it to Knowles. Knowles takes one hand. Knowles is still using her body well. Turns it around the corner, but Knowles is challenged by 2 Wadadli United players, and the ball goes into touch off of Knowles. Throw-in taken by Benjamin to number 11. Wadadli, she faces up Parker. Parker stood up. She plays it to Samuel. Samuel with a one touch to D'Souza. D'Souza skips over it and gets past Tittle. D'Souza into the box, being challenged by Joseph. Gets past Joseph also. Plays a lovely ball down in the far side for James, and James was in an offside position, and the chance goes awry, Zico.
Yes, I think Gabriel D'Souza was a little bit too unselfish there in that situation. I'm not sure I play that ball across the goal after such good work. I'm in prime position. So what would good goal scoring form? I'm looking to increase my goal scoring tally.
So would you call that selfishness or making the right decision, Zico, by not electing to pass?
That was definitely the wrong decision, because obviously Kavansi James was in an offside position. So all things being equal, I am asking my striker, I am asking my number 1 goal scorer to be a goal scorer in that position and put me further ahead.
And Benjamin to Samuel. Samuel back to Benjamin. Benjamin takes a touch. Back to Samuel. Samuel takes a touch. Elects the cross. There's a lovely cross met by Tittle. And Tittle is on it. Tittle decides to play it, but it goes straight to Benjamin. Benjamin plays it back into the box. Cleared by Joseph. Cleared by Bernard. Thomas is on it. Thomas takes a touch. Plays it forward. Cleared by Joseph. Being chased by number 13, but cannot get there. The ball goes into touch for a throw-in for Wadadli United, number 5, Hodge. I think there's a lot of tired legs out there, Zeke, including the players from the Wadadli United team, but they're in a commanding position, so they don't have much to worry about. Samuel with it, plays it back to Benjamin. Benjamin whips it into the box, and the ball goes right through to goalkeeper Prince, who collects it cleanly. A ball with Humphreys. Humphreys is on the run. He had been challenged by 2 players. James gets in front of Humphreys. Humphreys is still challenging, and Humphreys toe pokes it out for a throw-in for Wadadli United FC. And Henry takes her times and walk over to take the throw-in. So Zico, the second game of the afternoon is Cutting Edge versus Trendsetters. It is, isn't it, Zico?
Is it Trendsetters
Or is it Lady Masters?
I think it may be Lady Masters.
And a lovely ball played in, but intercepted by Parker and cleared by Parker.
I think
Benjamin.
we get the first look at Cutting Edge for the season. They had a bye last season, so
Last week,
sorry, they had a bye last week. So I'm actually looking forward to see what they have to bring to the table. That should be an interesting encounter. The veteran Nabu Samuel leading his cutting edge team. So that's definitely a game that I'm looking forward to.
yeah, most definitely. And you know, they had a small tournament, but we're back into play here. Free kick to be taken by the Souza. Referee Portia Davis adjudged the wall to be too close to the ball, so she's now moving the wall back. It's 10 paces, but there's the Souza over this free kick in a very dangerous position, Zico, for the Souza. So we'll see what becomes of this. The score is 4-0 to Wadadli United FC, and Wadadli United FC making a sub. It seems like Henry's coming off here, and there's a number 17, Arian White. But I believe unless there's 2 Arian White in this country, that is not the Arian White I know, Zico. So I guess there's probably an error in typo or this. And the ball is struck and went straight to the wall, but comfortably collected by Prince. So it's a like-for-like change because Henry was the left back and White now goes directly into the left back position. Ball taken by Hodge. And there was a foul, a handball by Hodge, and there's a free kick for Fort Worth United FC. I think Fort Worth getting free kicks, Zico, but there's not enough emphasis in getting people up and around the goal, Zico, when they're taking these free kicks forward. It's only Kai, Wilson, and in some cases Humphreys up there when the free kicks are being taken, and that's not enough bodies, Zico.
That's definitely not enough to trouble the experience of Brianna Roberts and Carleen Thomas for Wadadli United FC. But I also think it's a work in progress. Clearly, if we're being honest, Fort Road looks a lot more organized than they did last week. So I'm looking forward to what they can bring to the table in their next encounter.
And ball intercepted by Humphreys. Humphreys tried to play to Kai, but intercepted by Thomas. Thomas plays it to number 11, miscontrol, but intercepted by Tittle, and the ball goes into touch for throwing for Wadadli United FC. Yeah, I think so too, Zico. I think they have a really good take. Ball into play into the Souza. The Souza takes the touch, brings it on the floor, being challenged by Thomas and Knowles. And there's a whistle for a foul on the Souza and another free kick to Wadadli United FC.
I think the areas that Fort Worth has to improve most on can only be improved with improved fitness and improved conditioning.
Well,
that's going to be a work.
I think they're going to need some personnel also, Zico. To be honest, they're going to need some personnel. I'm not saying that the players they have are some experienced players. Some of them I've known from female leagues throughout the years, and they're not bad players. But I think they need a bit more of youth, a little more exuberant youths to be able to do a little more running, and I think they have a chance. Free kick taken by Benjamin on goal, but comfortably collected by Prince. who has been some sure hands here this evening in this encounter for Fort Worth.
I've been impressed with not just her positioning, but also her catching and in some instances her distribution as well with her feet. I think she has acquitted herself well throughout this encounter. It's just unfortunate that there was a little bit of incoherent defending in front of her, and she's staring at a 4-goal deficit. But I think all things being equal, she has given a very good account of herself in this match.
Most definitely. And D'Souza is on the run. She takes one. She has 2 more defenders to go past. She gets past Parker. And D'Souza is coming on the corner being chased by Tittle. She's going a bit to her right. She cuts back. Sells the double. Takes a left-footed shot and goal. And an attempt at goal by number 11. A diving header. Yes. But unfortunately, she was deemed to be in an offside position here. But it was a lovely football by D'Souza and number 11 for the Wadadli.
And that's young Mia Lake. A second half substitution. And Mia, if I'm not mistaken, plays for U17s. Obviously, she'd be one that our coaches will be looking forward to include or integrate into the senior women's program if they haven't already done so for the upcoming World Cup qualifying encounters in the next couple of months, George.
And most definitely. And here the ball is with D'Souza. 18 yards out from goal. She has an option to her right. He likes to take it, give it to Samuel. Samuel decides to go past up to players. Being confronted by goalkeeper Prince, and Prince is there comfortably to sweep the ball off of Samuel's feet and to walk away with it for her team. So Prince looking like she's going to kick. Prince collected by Baker. Baker plays it to Morris, but ball didn't reach. Morris clears it. Connected by Buckley. Collected by Baker. Buckley's on it again. Still Buckley. Buckley gets past 1. Buckley gets past 2. Wilson has it. Played by Joseph. Roberts gets it. Tries to place it wide to James, but it was an errant pass and the ball goes into touch for a train for Fort Worth. So Zico, we're into the...
By my calculations, the 76th.
76 minutes of play, and it's a 4-0 margin for Wadadli United FC in the second half, which they totally dominated as well as they did the first half, but some bit of loss of concentration and communication between the Fort Worth team, which leads to some of these goals and, giving this team now the second win, Zico, in as many games.
Second win in as many games. Just a reminder for listening and viewing audience, these are 80-minute matches. So we're looking at, give or take, another 4 minutes plus injury time at the referee's discretion left in this match. So I would say comfortably it's going to be 2-2 for Wadadli United, and not a bad way to start the season off.
Yeah, most definitely. To say that Fort Worth is down 4 goals in it, I'm very much impressed with the work rate of Humphreys, Zico. To be honest, I think she's put in a really solid shift, both on the offensive and defensive end of it. She's played some confidence. But here goes D'Souza, running at Humphreys, gets past Humphreys, and D'Souza goes down. And there's a foul blown on Humphreys.
Just on the outside of the penalty area.
And there's a free kick awarded to the Wadadli United FC. And it seems like D'Souza is in some sort of discomfort, Zico, where the referee is signaling for a substitution to be made here by Fort Worth FC, coming out number 16. And entering the game is number 9, Zico, for Fort Worth United. So the number 9 is Alicia Roberts. And exiting the game, number 16 it is, Zico?
No, they look like they're making 2. So 21 for 7 as well?
Yes. So 21 is Shida Knowles, and Josie Baker is the other substitute that comes after the Fort Worth United FC. And number 7 is Queenie Charles. And number 9 is Alicia Roberts. So 2 new introductions into the play. We have some 3 or 4 minutes to play in this encounter here. And a free kick forward that the United FC to be taken by Gabrielle D'Souza. She whips it into the box, met by the defender Joseph. Then Humphreys headed clear, falls her Benjamin. Benjamin tries to play to D'Souza, but Humphreys is alert to it. And D'Souza and Humphreys is battling for it. And D'Souza goes down and the ball rolls into touch. and off of Humphreys for a throw-in for Wadadli United FC, and the Sousa is still down, and the referee is asking if she needs some help, but it looks like she's going to get up. Throw to be taken by Hodge, number 5. Throw taken to Samuel. Samuel takes the touch, lays it back for Benjamin. Benjamin takes the touch, comes around the corner, goes back to Thomas. Thomas has some time, goes back to Halves. Halves takes the touch, plays it wise to Roberts. Roberts turns out with it, looking for options. Roberts goes past 1, goes past 2, plays the ball into the channel for number 11 to chase, but number 11 is being chased by Joseph, and Joseph comes away with it. Joseph clears it upfield, falls to 13. 13 takes the touch and turns, dribbles past 1. Turns, he's still with it, looks up, plays it to number 16. Number 16 looks forward, tries to play forward, but intercepted by and the Sousa with some fancy footers and takes a strike from some 25 yards, but Prince is up to the task and jogs across and gathers it comfortably here. So the score is 4-0 to Wadadli United FC in the first encounter of our afternoon here, Zico, at the Antigua and Barbuda Technical Centre in the ABFA Calvin sponsored Women Premier League of 2025, Zico.
Yes, dominant second half display by Wadadli United after they would have been wasteful in their finishing in the first half. And we must give credit to Fort Road. They put together a very good game plan in the first 40 minutes of the game. Unfortunately, they were unable to stick to that plan going into the second half. Fitness being an issue, tired legs also, lack of concentration, and we know those two things go hand in hand. Once you get tired, the decision making generally tends to be problematic, and the minute you switch off against this level of competition in Wadadli United, you are going to be made to pay. And they have been very clinical in their finishing in the second half, and they've run out to a commanding 4-0 lead.
And the fourth official has indicated there will be 2 minutes of extra time added on, and Humphreys here with it, and Humphreys is fouled by Thomas, and it seems like we're definitely going to get the first yellow card, Zico, or the first card of any kind here today, which seems like it will be given to Thomas, the number 8 for Wadadli United FC, with a very, very strong challenge on 11 for Fort Road, which is Humphreys, here this afternoon, Zico.
It's a good sportsmanship being displayed by Carleen Thomas. Obviously, a lot of these girls are teammates, both at the youth and the senior level, so it's just good, hard physical play. There's no malicious intent, and we see Carleen Thomas just checking on young Humphreys, ensuring that she's okay. But you know, that's part of the game. You would have had your fair share of that physical nature of the game while you would have played judge.
Most definitely, but after I fall, I'm not checking on nobody to see if there's all right. That's just me. Because you know how it is sometimes in heated moments, you try to check on a player out of the goodness and they tend to react a certain way. So I try to avoid those kind of confrontation. But yes, it's definitely good sportsmanship by Thomas to check on Humphreys, and it should be applauded here this evening. So the free kick to be taken by Wilson, number 10 for Fort Road. She winds up, she takes it, she tries to go direct to goal, but it goes wide of the mark, and goalkeeper Haves goes and gets it comfortably to take a goal kick for her team here at the ABFA Technical Centre here this evening in the first encounter of a doubleheader. Ball played short into D'Souza, and there goes the final whistle by referee Portia Davis Zico here, and the game ends 4-0 to Wadadli United FC over Fort Road here, Zico, at the Technical Centre in our first encounter, which gives Wadadli FC United their second win in as many weeks, and Fort Road their second loss in as many weeks, Zico. So it's not looking good for Fort Road FC. We know it's early days, only two games in to the season, and there's another 8 games to go in this here season, Zico. But I think Fort Road has done remarkably well compared to last week. I just think, as you said, the legs got a bit tired, and Fort Road FC and Wadadli United FC, with the quality what they have, you know, came out victorious with the relentless pressing and attacks there and the Fort Road goal, and which results in the win for them, Zico. Your final thoughts?
Yes, so we had just a quick recap before we sign off. We had Jada Benjamin on resumption in the 46th minute, giving Wadadli United the FC, and then a second half blitz by the incomparable Gabriel D'Souza. Goals in the 47th, 50th, and the 59th minute to put the game way beyond doubt. So Gabriel D'Souza with a hat-trick in the second half to lead the rampant Wadadli United FC to an emphatic 4-0 victory over Fort Road FC. And I must say that, as you mentioned, it's been a commendable performance. We've seen a massive improvement from the from the Fort Road FC contingent, and hopefully that bodes well for things to come.
Yeah, most definitely, Zico. So we are at the end of this game here between Wadadli United FC and Fort Road, which ended in a 4-0 win for the Wadadli United FC team. And this is George Saw Dublin and Zico Blush closing off at the end of the first game here, and we'll resume our commentary in the start of the second half here this evening. Have a good afternoon.
Yes.
Johnny, tell she to send D'Souza. Just D'Souza.
Discover the Caribbean from a new perspective with Calvin Air Helicopters. Call us today at 789-4354 or email reservations@calvinair.com. From providing access to higher learning, fostering young talent in music, to supporting youth development initiatives, the Calvin Air Foundation is playing a pivotal role in nurturing the potential of tomorrow's leaders.
tell me the same thing again, so I'm not, that, you know, you're yes, and we're here with player of the game, Gabriel D'Souza, who scored a hat-trick this afternoon for her team, Wadadli United FC. And I just like to ask Gabriel, well, it's been the second game of the season so far, and I think you have 5 goals so far, Gabby. How does it feel to get the hat-trick this evening?
I mean, it was amazing. It was by the help of my teammates. Without my teammates, I couldn't have done it. Because I started off first half with my head down. Then my teammate motivated me second half to go back on and to dominate.
Well, I think it was a very impressive performance by you. I don't know how you take all those licks that you just beginning out there, but I must commend you on your effort. Your work rate is really high. From previous times watching you, I've seen you played and you've been more of a goal-getter, but I see this season you're doing a little more passing to your teammates and being a little more, you know, team-oriented, which is much appreciated from the spectators' point of view. But looking into the next few games, yeah, I think y'all could go to this league undefeated, or, you know, there's somebody that you think y'all have to really pay attention to going forward.
I mean, it's a mindset. Football play on the day. So it's a positive mindset to go forward, being undefeated. Like, we can do it. Stay positive. I don't really look forward to anybody because once we're on the field, me and use the same side. And it's either who wants it more. And I want to believe that me and my teammates really want it more. So we're going to finish the season strong and undefeated.
All right, 2 quick questions. I see you come up against your school coach in Tittle a few times and you just zip, pass. I know somewhere in your mind you shouldn't do that to coach, but you know, so, you know, looking forward, as I say, to the rest of the season, where do you have a mark in terms of the amount of goals you believe you want to score in this league?
Amount of goals, I don't really have a record, you know. Once we dominate, my team win. It's all about winning. Putting the ball at the back of the net. I know I'm the main person to get the ball behind here, but I have to also motivate. Like, if I get a team where everybody know they're gonna pass the ball to me. So in a sense, I locked down this game. Somebody have to open up and play that big role that I used to play to get the ball at the back of the net. So.
All right, well, congratulations on your hat-trick today and your 5-goal tally so far during the season. I wish you all the best and hope you continue to score goals to propel your team to the championship.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
All right.